Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mahabakakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one only true name is Yahweh Shai. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who will well teach well, because those are the men who I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the servants of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much this is continuing Genesis 49 and verse 16. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And we're going to read down. Now I'll see where to end to, finish up at. I might do another part, but we'll just see what the Spirit brings forth. This is Genesis 49 and 16. It says, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan is pretty much mixed into the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Alright, we don't know who the tribe of Dan is, but Dan is pretty much mixed into Israel. Verse 17, Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth a horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. Verse 18, I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. So Dan is pretty much mixed into Israel. That's who the tribe Dan. Genesis 49 and 19. It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. The tribe of Gad is the so-called Native American Indians. That's the tribe of Gad today. And the tribe of Gad, they overcame, a troop shall overcome them. That's talking about the U.S. troops going into the Trail of Tears, Wounded Knee, Indian Wars, the Carnial Wars. I'm thinking a lot over the top of the head. The Queen Anne Wars, right? King Philip Wars. Gad was overcome by the troops, the U.S. troops. And the tribe of Gad is the so-called Native American Indians, Northern American Indians. That's the tribe of Gad. It says, Genesis 49:19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. So the tribe of Gad is the so-called Northern American Indians, Native American Indians. That's the tribe of Gad. Verse 20, it says, out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties, right? And the tribe of Asher is the so-called Colombians to Uragians. Alright, that's the tribe of Asher. Alright, and this is pretty much when it goes into, it says, out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and his belly shall yield royal dainties. It's talking about the jewelry, the rubies, the jewels, right? They have a lot of precious jewels and rubies. So that's the tribe of Asher. Asher is the Colombians and Uranians. Verse 21, it says, Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. Alright, and Naphtali is the Argentinians to Chile. That's the tribe of Naphtali. The Argentinians to Chile. That's Asher. Naphtali. Salakia. It says Joseph is a fruitful bow, even it says Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well whose branches run over the wall. And the tribe of Joseph is Ephraim, which is the Puerto Ricans today. That's the tribe of Joseph, the Puerto Ricans. Alright, it says, the archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him and hated him. Verse 24, it says, but his bow, aballed in the strength of the arms of his hands, were made strong by the hands of the mighty power of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Verse 25, even by the power of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breasts and of the womb. Verse 26, and it says, the blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors unto the most bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. Right, because his brothers sold Joseph. Joseph was sold into slavery, and the Lord winded up ordaining him to become governor of Israel. You know, it was set up that way through the Spirit. Now, it mentions, it doesn't talk about the tribe of Manasseh. Now, Manasseh and Ephraim, they come from the line of Joseph. Alright, and Jacob, the father of Joseph and of the 12 sons of Jacob, he took in Manasseh and Ephraim and adopted them and claimed them as his own children. That's pretty much why Ephraim and Manasseh makes up the 12 tribes. And we're going to get that out because, for edification's sake, and we're going to read that right here. So Jacob, who is Israel, he claimed Joseph's 2 sons as his own children. And you can read that in Genesis 48th chapter. And we're going to get that. So that's where Ephraim and Manasseh comes in at. Because Ephraim and Manasseh are Joseph's sons, which are the Cubans. Manasseh is the so-called Cubans today. That's the tribe of Manasseh. And Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans today. That's the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh, which is the Cubans and Puerto Ricans. It says, and it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. See, so Manasseh and Ephraim were Joseph's sons, alright, which were Jacob's grandsons. So he claimed Joseph's sons. He took Joseph's sons in and claimed them as his own children. So they make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. It says, and one told Jacob, Jacob is the father of Joseph, which his name was changed to Israel. It says, and one told Jacob and said, behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me. Verse 4, and said unto me, behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give his land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. Verse 5, and now thy 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, see, Ephraim and Manasseh were Joseph's sons. Okay, so Jacob, he took Joseph's sons and claimed him as his own children. So that's how they became a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright, so Ephraim and Manasseh are Joseph's sons, but Jacob claimed them as his own sons. This right here, this is the point. Genesis 48:5, and now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. See, so he took Joseph's sons and claimed them as his own, which you get Manasseh and Ephraim. So, again, Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans today. Manasseh are the so-called Cubans today. These two were Joseph's sons, but Jacob claimed Joseph's sons as his own sons. So they make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. It says, which was born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. As Reuben, we know who Reuben is, and Simeon, they shall be mine. So Joseph's father claimed Ephraim and Manasseh as his own sons. That's why Manasseh, he's not mentioned in Genesis 49, but he's of the line of Joseph. Ephraim and Manasseh are of the line of Joseph, but Jacob claimed Joseph's sons as his own sons. So they are part of the 12 tribes. They are part of the 12 sons of Jacob, because Jacob claimed Joseph's sons as his own sons. So when you go to Joseph, Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans, and Manasseh is the so-called Cubans today. But they are of Israel. They are of Israel, though. So just for the heads up, for those of you that didn't know, now you know. But they are of the 12 tribes of Israel. They make up the 12 tribes of Israel. This is Genesis 49:27. Benjamin shall rave as, it says, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. And Benjamin is the so-called West Indians, which are the Jamaicans today, right? So the tribe of Benjamin is the Jamaicans. That's the tribe of Benjamin. You know, you also have Trinidad as the tribe of Benjamin. You also have, just to name a few, I think it's Trinidad, the Jamaicans, and I believe it's the Belizeans too. You know, just to name a few. But Benjamin is the so-called Jamaicans today. That's the tribe of Benjamin, which is of the southern kingdom. It says, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel. So there you go. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the 12 sons of Jacob. Alright. So Judah is the so-called Negroes. Benjamin is the so-called Jamaicans. Levi's are the Haitians. Shimeon is the Dominicans. Zebulon is Guatemalans, the Panamanians. Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. Manasseh is the Cubans. Gad is the North American Indians, which is the Native American Indians. Reuben is the Seminole Indians. Naphtali are the Argentinians to Chile. Asher is the Colombians to Uranians. And Issachar is the so-called Hispanics, or you want to call them Latinos, and Mexicans. That's the tribe of Issachar. So these are the 12 sons of Jacob, which is the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Verse 28, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is the Father spake unto them, and blessed them, every one according to his blessing. According to his blessing, he shall bless them. Verse 29, and he charged them, and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. So this is going verse 29 all the way down. Is going into Jacob, where he winds up, giving up the ghost, meaning dying, and where he wants to be buried at. That's what this is all going into. Verse 30, from verse 29 on down, it says 30, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. Verse 31, it says, there they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. Verse 32, the purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. Verse 33, and when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, meaning he died. So Jacob passed away. It says, and was gathered unto his people. So this is the breakdown in Genesis 49. And going to end it there with that. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. Giving all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Wahab Wakakodash. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Till the next time I say, Shalom.